Good morning. Day 17 of our Direttissima attempt. It is Monday, May 16th. We got up early this morning. We were actually spikes on the trail at 6 a.m. It's another wet night. Left my tent up. The first rays of sunlight were like just coming over, and I'm hoping that they've been hitting the tent and maybe drying it out just a bit. We started off coming up field, and then we made the way over to Willey, back behind me there, that guy right there. And now we're heading back and out and back to field, and then probably get a little breakfast, probably have another cup of coffee, see if we can lay things out even better to dry, depending on what conditions look like. And then we got about a mile round trip up to Tom, near where I'm camped. After that, we'll start heading down. I've gotten a series of in-reach messages from Sarah. I guess they came in last night, but I guess I didn't have good reception till this morning. And I didn't mention it, but I remember on the top of Carrigan, I saw a bunch of smoke down in the Crawford Notch area. Didn't think too much about it, if it was a controlled burn or whatever. There was nothing, they didn't say anything in the hut about it at Zealand, but there were a bunch of messages about from Sarah about trails being closed and alternate routes. Wasn't fully awake, a little confusing. Ripley Falls Trail isn't really, that was a trail that was mentioned, but I think that's just kind of a spur trail, not even, anyway, the Crawford Path wasn't mentioned as being closed, and that's what I'm taking. Unless I have to reroute. But we'll worry about that when we get down there. No big deal. Was hoping I could get cell service to text Sarah and find out what's going on. So if not, we'll just figure it out. So that's the morning update. Everything, I am like super soggy. Have the long pants on. Have the torrent shell on. Just even though the sun is out, looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day. Just walking in that early morning woods with all the dew, you just collect all of it. But it's so nice every once in a while when those rays of sunlight are peeking through, in the early morning. So it's just a great time of day to be hiking as far as I'm concerned. That's it for now, and we will check in later. Hello friends, day 17 update. It's about 10 in the morning. We are trying to dry out some of our wet gear from last night. We had a pretty strong sun. It's a little bit in the clouds now, but we're still mostly dried out, which is awesome. We've already got 3 peaks in for the day, which is amazing. The Willey Range Trail to Field and Willey was mostly monorail. It's probably the most monorail trail I've seen on a trip. It's pretty fast going. It was nice. It was nice out and back. Not really any views. I showed you that one view of the lenticular clouds. I showed you that, and that was about the only view we had. So then we went back up. We went up Tom and came back real quick. Again, not much in the way of views up there. And now we're going to start making our way down to Crawford Notch in a little bit, and then head on up the other side. I had a few more texts from my wife Sarah. I guess the media, I guess they're saying there's smoke still somewhere around, but I mean, I saw smoke from Carrigan, but I haven't really noticed any smoke. I may have smelled smoke very slightly yesterday at some point where I thought, but it wasn't like a lingering thing, nothing like the West Coast smoke, that's for sure. Saw one day hiker coming down Tom, saw a couple day hikers heading out towards Field and Willey or Avalon or somewhere. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet. Just having our second cup of coffee, having a little breakfast, and we'll probably get moving in about a half hour or so. But it looks like it's going to be a really nice day, which is great. It's nice to see the sun again. You really miss it when it's not around for a while. And we will check in later. Hello friends, day 17 update. We made it down to Crawford Notch. I was hoping to see some trash cans down here, but everything is closed and there's no trash cans, but oh well. But we do have a working water fountain, which is pretty cool. So I filled up my Osprey bladder just for the, whatever it is, 2-3 miles up to the Neumann tent site, and also little energy boost of some tailwind while we're chilling, letting our feet dry out for a few minutes, and then we will make our way up to maybe even Mount Jackson today. We'll have to see how I feel when I get to the tent site. You can kind of tell it's like blue skies, but there are some grayer clouds up there. I'm going to see if I can get cell service here, try and get a weather report. As far as whatever that fire stuff was, I'm not seeing any evidence of anything from here. I might, as I head over to the trail for Crawford Path, I may like meander a little out of the way to the Highland Center just to see if there's some trash cans there. Just so I can unload some trash. Not that I need to, but I'll take the opportunity if it's available. That's it for now. We will check in a little bit later. Hello friends, day 17 update. It's about 3 in the afternoon. The skies are sometimes threatening, sometimes okay. I did get a little bit of cell phone service down at Crawford Notch, and it looks like there's going to be some rain. I hope it holds off for a few hours because we are going to strike out for Jackson and try and get it in today. It's going to be like a 3.5 mile out and back. But I've got our tent set up, so at least we'll be dry and warm when we get back. And I think temps are going to drop tonight as well. So that's going to make for chilly conditions the next couple days, I think, in the 30s on higher up. So that'll be interesting. But I want to get moving so I can get back. So we will check in later, hopefully after summiting Jackson. Hello, day 17 update. We just are coming down from the summit of Mount Jackson, and as you can see, not much in the way of views up here right now. And you could see the Mount Washington Resort Hotel briefly, the distinctive red and white building, but not right now. So we are going to motor back and hopefully be back to our tent before any rain starts. That's the goal, and we'll see what happens. We'll check in later for a recap. Hello there, just a quick update. I'll come back with a recap, but man, we motored out to Mount Jackson. I just looked at the map. It's 1.7 thereabouts one way, so that's 3.4. We left the Neumann campsite at 3, and we got back right before 5. Wow, that was quick. And I don't know if you can hear that, but the thunder has just started. It's been pretty much walking in the soup all the way back from Jackson, but no rain. And as soon as I stopped at the creek by the tent site just to wash all the mud off of my legs, it was a bit muddy on the trail, so I washed all the mud off my legs and got all the mud out of my socks and most of the mud out of the shoes. I started feeling some drizzling, so we got very fortunate that the clothes we're wearing and our backpack is going to be bone dry for once. So super happy about that. Can definitely feel the temperature taking a drop since we left for Jackson. But yeah, I'll say the recap because I'm pretty happy about today. Obviously, 4 peaks, wow. But we'll have a recap in a little bit. I'm going to get situated here, get some chores done, and we'll be back to wrap it up. Hello everyone, day 17, Direttissima attempt recap. This is our third night in a row sleeping with the rain. But we got a new wrinkle tonight, and that's lightning. Just had a flash of lightning and I counted about 5 seconds before the thunder came. So we'll have to see if it's coming or going. I suspect it's coming, so that's a little excitement. What a big day today. I'm so glad we got an early start. It all worked out because now everything is dry, all of our gear is dry, and just literally a 15-minute difference in how the day went, and would have been soaked. So that's really nice, especially if it's gonna really cool down tonight. It's so much harder now that I've kind of gotten used to the warmer temperatures. It's gonna be harder to get up in the morning and get base camp broken down, but at least everything's dry to start with. And hopefully we'll get lucky and it'll just be lightly raining or not raining at all in the morning when we strike out, but we'll deal with it. Wow, big day today. I can't believe how strong I felt going up Crawford Path to the Newman tent site after already getting Field, Willey, and Tom in the morning. And it was so nice that the sun was just hitting perfectly near my campsite where I could dry out all my gear. A nice strong sun. We could have a second cup of coffee and some breakfast while everything dried out. Worked out perfectly. And then I didn't know what kind of legs I'd have coming up Crawford Path. And surprisingly, felt really strong even with the full pack. And then of course once I was happily able to get camp set up before any rain came, I kind of made a game time decision to go for Jackson, even though I knew it would be about 3.5 miles. I was feeling really good. I knew I'd only have a light pack on, and back on the AT for a little bit. Really motored through it. It was the trail was mostly in good condition, a little crumbly snow here and there, mostly just running water. Just once you get used to knowing your feet are going to be wet, and I've been used to that from day one, with a little bit of mud. It was pretty good time. I mean, to make it out and back in 2 hours, for me, that's I think that's about as fast as I can safely go without, you know, just scrambling and losing your footing. So really happy about that. Really feel strong, feel good right now. I'm curious to see how I'll feel in the morning. We pretty much did a 15-mile day today. Probably it's definitely one of the longer, if not the longest day we've done. But just, you know, definitely had those hiker legs and really felt good. So took advantage of that. I'm hoping the weather tomorrow isn't too bad. I'd really like to have a nice little traverse along the Prezzies, get Washington, and then get Isolation. It's going to be another long day. I haven't looked at the mileage yet, but if we do everything that I'm hoping we can do, it's going to be another big mileage day. But then hopefully, you know, get down Glen Boulder Trail to lower elevation for the night to set up camp. But we'll see. We'll see how the day goes. We'll see what the day brings for us. Just feeling really good today. Man, we broke 30. I'm not sure exactly where we're at right now. I got to count. That's my routine. At the end of the night, I'll look at the maps, count how many peaks we've done. But we definitely are close to reaching a turning point, I think, where it's within, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but it's within our grasp. It's within our reach. Start thinking about can actually start seeing how many more days we're going to have before we complete this. Already thinking about next year, and not that I'm looking to beat any speed records, but just with the conditions, I know I could do it even a little faster, and that would mean like camping at different spots, and just it would be a whole different experience. So even already thinking ahead to that, which it's cool to think about. So I think we're going to leave it there. The rain's going to put me to sleep again tonight. We haven't had another shot of lightning, so I don't know. Maybe it's dawn. Maybe it's going to surprise us in a few minutes. But we're going to treat ourselves tonight to lasagna. Oh boy. Always a crowd pleaser in cold, rainy nights. And we'll see you in the morning.